Hello dear friends, during my absence a lot of homemade items have accumulated. They are already done, of course they are very cool, I can't wait to show them to you. So if you like this video and it doesn't seem trivial to you, or it's not useful or too useful, in general the comments are always very different and it's difficult to me to understand what to post and what not. So let's take a look at this video. If you like it, I will definitely show you the rest of the homemade items that have accumulated. Some of them are unique and honestly very useful. About everything in order. Let's start with the most banal, but to some extent still useful homemade. So, for its production we will need a grinder, a small piece of metal pipe. By the way, its diameter should be slightly larger than the diameter of this protective plastic, so that you can easily set the pipe on it. You will also need a small bearing. Its outer diameter is about 35 mm and its inner diameter is about 17. Next, one old unnecessary hacksaw, 4 bolts and 8 screw nuts with a diameter of 6 mm. First of all, we need to cut 2 identical blanks from sheet steel. They are pre-made 4 holes for bolts and screw nuts, and there is also a hole in the center for the inner diameter of the pipe. From this section of the pipe, we have to make a mount for the grinder. To do this, measure about 25 mm, mark it in a circle. Next, in the center of the pipe, we make a cut to the middle. In the center of this cut, we need to cut a small gap. Later, bolts and screw nuts will be welded here, with the help of which we will tighten the nozzle on the grinder. And as a result, we should get such a blank. As you can see, this is a piece of pipe with a cut made. 2 screw nuts are soldered, and thus we can fix our nozzle on the grinder. This mount was soldered to this plate, which we made earlier. Thus, we will need such a plate and such a mount. Moving on, we apply the bearing to the blade from the hacksaw and circle it from the middle, offset by half, and circle once again. Now we put the plate in the center, put place marks, and also slightly extend them with ovals. Now we carefully cut everything out. This is not so easy to do since the metal is very hot, therefore it's better to pre-drill with one small hole at least, and then carefully expand it all. Well, as a result, we will get here such a beautiful blank. Getting started with the setting up. First, we apply the mount, bolts, turn it over, thread the second mounting plate and tighten the screw nuts. Be sure to add a lock nut to each screw nut, since these nuts and bolts will not be tightened too much, since the canvas must always move. This will result in cutting. Well, the lock nut will allow you to fix the first screw nut so that it doesn't unscrew. For example, with my left hand I will hold the fastenings for the grinder, and with my right I will try to move the canvas. As you can see, it shifts by about 2-3 cloves, thus we will have cutting. And by the way, the level of inclination of the hacksaw is adjustable, so you can choose the best one for yourself. In order to create this imbalance, which will actually make the hacksaw move, we will need the standard shims for fixing the disc of the grinder. We set a bearing on it and insert a small veneer like this, which was previously cut out of an old bolt. and we tighten it pretty well. And here's what happened. As you can see, when the axis rotates, the canvas for wood produces translational movements. Let's make a small experiment and test with which tool we will be able to cut a wooden block faster, using a hand hacksaw on wood or using a hacksaw on wood upgraded to a grinder. From my point of view, both tools deserve their place of honor. They are good at certain tasks in their own way. For example, if you need to cut 2 wooden bars, it's much easier and more convenient without unnecessary noise and vibration. You can use a regular hand hacksaw for wood. But if you have to cut 50 or 100 pieces of wood, it is much easier, more convenient and more efficient to use our tool, because you will not get tired, you will be able to quickly and continuously cut as much as you need, and the job will be done. But the choice, of course, is always yours, so the time is not wasted. You could watch this video for any purpose, entertaining, educational, just to emphasize something interesting for yourself, or to spend a good time with me. Have a good day and good health. Bye-bye.